participating in a dangerous hunting game. Every hour that passes, I earn 500,000 US dollars. But the catch is that I have to evade 5 hunters, and I can't leave the city during this time, nor can I ask the police for help. If I can last 24 hours, I'll get 30 million US dollars. After dodging the Superman's fatal attack, I rushed into a church to hide in a panic. I curled up in the confessional and prayed. Suddenly the partition was pulled open. The priest asked me what had happened. I didn't answer him. Suddenly a dark figure flashed outside the curtain. This time I decided to take the initiative. I kept swinging my fists. It wasn't until the priest came to stop me that I realized I'd hit the wrong person. And the real hunter was the priest. He had anticipated that I would come, so he had sealed all exits in advance. It was too late to escape. I had to fight for my life. The priest started attacking. I was beaten back repeatedly. The priest swung his hammer again, but accidentally smashed open the door lock. I pushed the door to run, but was knocked down by another hammer blow. At the critical moment, the priest's hand got stuck. I seized the opportunity, quickly got up to counterattack, and locked him in the church. But my leg was also injured by the hammer. I bandaged the wound and started fleeing again. On the other side, the suit man had also received my location. I came to a street, stole a tracksuit and hat, and put them all on. Just then, the game ended, and a large crowd of fans poured out of the stadium. I mixed into the crowd. When the suit man arrived, the scene before him made him extremely surprised. There were so many people here. How could he find me? Just as I was about to escape, the shopkeeper grabbed me and demanded I return the clothes. The noisy commotion attracted the suit man's attention. I had to keep running, because my leg was injured. I hid in the trunk of a car. That's why the suit man didn't find me. I escaped again, but just as I breathed a sigh of relief, I suddenly remembered the game rules. If I leave this city, the game will never end. I banged on the car compartment hard. The driver noticed something was wrong and stopped the car by the roadside. That's when I climbed out of it. Along the train tracks, I ran to a gas station, then stole a car and headed straight home to see my wife. I didn't know that the hunter had already arrived there. You might be wondering why the hunter didn't shoot. In fact, that would violate the game rules. I tried to drive away, but the hunter threw steel nails and punctured the tires. Then he got into the car. I stepped on the gas hard to accelerate and crashed into a stone pier by the roadside. After getting out of the car, I realized that the hunter was the priest. I angrily picked up a stone and knocked him unconscious on the spot.
A machine is inserted into the man's mouth to implant a bomb into his body. Everyone in the prison has been implanted with such a device. Crossing the yellow line will cause extreme pain. If the red line is crossed, the bomb will explode instantly. Their movements are tracked in real time. Even their dreams are identified by AI and projected onto the warden's screen. Once any unauthorized thoughts are detected, the warden will immediately activate the pain mode. Under such strict control, some prisoners have become demented. John is one of them. It turns out that in the future, the entire world has been nuclear contaminated. Ecological environments are completely destroyed. To reduce the population, the government has stipulated that each person can only have one child. John's wife accidentally got pregnant again. They used a special vest to dodge security checks again and again. Unexpectedly, they were finally discovered. To cover for his wife's escape, John was captured and brought to this prison. He saw a prisoner being bullied, so driven by a burst of righteousness, he stepped in to help. But he didn't notice the bully had 187 carved on his head, which means he is the boss of the prison. John was no match for him at all, beaten helplessly without the power to fight back. Fortunately, the surveillance detected it in time. Then the three were locked in a laser cage. Careless movements would cause burns from the laser beams. Seeing his cellmate about to collapse, John stepped forward to confess guilt. He was immediately taken to the warden's presence, who unashamedly expressed his admiration for John's wife. After all, he is the boss of the prison. To torture John, the warden tied him to a special machine, constantly pouring contaminated images into his mind. When the torture ended, John had completely broken down mentally, unable to take care of his basic life needs. The warden threatened John's wife that if she wanted to save John, she must agree to be with him for her husband's safety. She had to comply with the warden's demands. During this period, she kept looking for opportunities. One day, she drugged and knocked out the warden, then used a surveillance robot to connect to John's brain. With her help, John successfully woke up from his confused state. He then realized 4 months had passed. John, having regained his sanity, was determined to rescue his wife. Soon, a turn of events came. A cellmate who had been serving the warden could use this to contact John's wife. At night, she stole the prison's map chip and had the cellmate bring it back to the cell. Under the laser's illumination, John learned the escape route of the prison, but to leave this place, he still needs to remove the bomb in his body.